What's good, y'all? It's your boy Eddie, back at it again with another video, man. Today I was sitting around and I was having a conversation, and we were talking about different ways that we approach life, right? And the person I was talking to is, they just approach life, kind of, day to day, things like that. The way I approach life is I think of the future a lot. And what I've learned, people that kind of live day to day, I feel like that's a lot less stressful than thinking about the future. But for some reason, I just can't stop. I was having a conversation with my dad, and, I was talking to him about, how me always thinking in the future, it causes me to stress. It stresses me out, and it kind of kills my happiness, kills my mood a lot, and I can't help it. Like, it just happens. But he says the reason why is because you don't know what the future holds, right? And so worrying about something that you can't see is obviously going to stress you out, because the future, you don't know what's going to happen. Your future can go a million different ways, right? I mean, your life can end tomorrow for all you know. And so obviously, of course, that's going to stress you out, right? The fear of unknowing, and trying to teach me to just try to go, just take what you can, control what you can control through the day to day. But it's just, it's so hard for me, because it's like for example, things that you have to think about the future for, right? You want a house. Where do you want the house? How much is the house gonna be? How are you gonna be able to afford the house? Like your kids, like what, how can you not think about the future, right? Because I have to prepare now for that future, right? So I have to think about what my future is gonna be, and then I do the necessary steps now to get there. You know what I mean? So I don't really know how to do the day-to-day thing, but thinking about the unknown stresses me out. Like, I don't know. It's just it's so difficult. Like, the future really freaks me out. Like, sometimes, like, I just lay down and, like, I just sit there and just, like, super deep thought, just thinking about it, right? Because there's people in a position now that would have probably never thought they'd end up where they are, right? And people that ended up homeless, or people that ended up, like, with a serious disease, or like an injury, or all this stuff. And it's just like, bro, there's so many things in this life that can happen, and it scares me. You know what I mean? Like, I always wonder, like, like when you see homeless people, and you just wonder, like, how, like, there was this interview on TikTok, and this guy, he was an engineer. A homeless engineer. Can you believe that? Obviously, I don't know. Like, I don't want to just assume like there was like drugs or anything involved. Like, so I'm not gonna put that out there. So I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would never think that you see an engineer homeless in LA at that. I mean, there's a lot of people here, so it might be hard to find a job. But it's like, he on Skid Row in a tent, and he went to school and got a degree in engineering, very high paying degree at that. And so there's stories like that, and I'm just like, what makes me better? I'm not better than him. I just got a business degree. I mine it general business. What makes me think that I'm better than him and I can't end up like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's spooky, and I just don't really know how to navigate the day-to-day thing, right? Obviously, I live day-to-day, but I rarely just think about like, okay, like what's today or what's tomorrow. Like I'm thinking 5, 10 years in the future, right? You could think about little stuff here and there, like here and there throughout the day, but it's like the big picture, right? You know, I'm 28, right? Like I'm doing okay, but you know, if you would have asked 18-year-old me what I'd be doing by the time I was 30, you would think I'd be living it up by now. Right, and obviously when you're 18, you're young and you don't really know anything about life really at that point. So, you know, it's all about, you know, understanding and growing up. But it's like, all right, like, dang, I'm almost 30, right? So when I'm 40, what is 40 going to look like? Like, is it getting better? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse? Because life is life is going by fast. I've been out of school 10 years. Life is slipping away. I know people say, oh, you're young, but am I? Like they said tomorrow isn't promised, right? So it's just like, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that, you know, you can say is, oh, you have time, because do you really? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if everything went perfect and I lived to the average lifespan of like 70, like, okay, maybe I have time, but you never know. You never know. But yeah, that's my little thoughts today. You know, if you can relate, or you have the same problem I do, go ahead and leave in the comments. Let's have a conversation and talk about it. I love seeing everybody's, you know, opinions and stories, and you know, I like to respond and have a conversation. So go ahead and leave that in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Bye.